What's going on, traders? Today we're talking about the real reason most traders can't get consistent payouts from prop firms. If you've been grinding evaluations but are struggling to actually get paid, this video is for you. So as you can see here, I've taken a little over $30,000 in prop firm payouts so far this year, with my average payout being right around $3,100. This means I'm on track to meet my goal of taking over six figures from prop firms in 2026. And today I'm going to show you the exact approach that made this possible and what most traders are getting wrong. So if you're ready to start getting paid, let's get into it. And so most traders with a little bit of time under their belt can string together a few solid days. They maybe have some wins, some big wins, some small wins, maybe a small loss or two, and things feel pretty controlled. But I would say for the average trader that can't get payouts, something typically happens with a funded account that puts you on tilt. Maybe it's a news candle, maybe it's just something that genuinely catches you off guard, and you end up taking a heavy hit in your account. And then suddenly you find yourself chasing. You start averaging the positions, you start adding too much size. And one decision may lead to another, and a loss that maybe you should have ended the day right around on a 50K account. You should have been down, more or less 200, 300 bucks. Next thing you know, you've blown the account. This is an account you've worked weeks to get. You've put a lot of effort into it. And so you're just so emotionally attached to this account that you end up blowing it. And so here's the reality: you can't take payouts if you're blowing accounts. And so let's just keep it very simple. Most blown accounts come down to two things: a trader was oversizing, or they were just over trading. And this is what a trader would need to fix if they want to get more payouts. Now, the best way I've personally learned to manage my sizing and to keep the quantity of trades that I'm putting on within reason is first realizing how quickly you can lose an account if you're wrong. And if you have too much size on the trade, what that would look like if the trade doesn't go in your favor. All right, so looking at this most recent Friday's price action, let's say you decided to get long right at market open with a single lot of the NASDAQ futures, trading NQ. And so let's assume you're also on a $50,000 funded account. And I personally trade Mountain Time, and so market open is right around 7:30 in the morning. Notice that within the first 30 minutes, we have a move that is about 100 points down, 100 points up. And so this alone is enough to blow a $50,000 funded account. It could be devastating. And this is just with a single NASDAQ future. And so let's assume maybe we added a bit more size. And many of you out there are trading, 2, 3, 4, 5 NQ. Even just with 3 NQ, you can see that your margin for error is much smaller. I mean, you could have blown this thing within the first 5-10 minutes before the day even really got started. And so as we start to size down, with 5 MNQ, you really wouldn't have the opportunity to blow this account throughout the entire day. And so the takeaway from this is that sizing is key. And this is what it looks like with our current volatility. If you go back in time a few months, about when all of this Iran stuff was starting, it wasn't uncommon to have back-to-back 150-point candles or larger on the 5-minute time frame. And so sizing is literally everything when it comes to trading. If you don't have the proper position sizing, your probability for success is greatly diminished. Yes, bigger size is flashy and you will get some big days, but the truth is that sizing is probably not sustainable for the novice trader, given the amount of drawdown that we have in these accounts. And using that sizing probably won't lead to payouts for most traders. And so knowing how this worked, I decided to create a process for my trading to systematically increase my size. It's a process I call variable sizing, and it works like this on a $50,000 account. So the premise of variable sizing is that I adjust my sizing throughout the day until one of four scenarios occur. One, I hit my daily loss limit. Two, I hit my daily profit target. Or 3 or 4, I may be up a little or down a little, but I'm comfortable with the result and I'm willing to just walk away. So I try to only hit my daily loss limit or daily profit target maybe 2 out of 5 trading days in a given week. And I found that this helps keep my accounts alive longer and has led to more consistent payouts. As a test, I ran these limitations through Claude and told it to run these parameters over 100 random resulting trades of the NASDAQ with a 60, 70, and 80% win rate just to see if it was profitable. It built me a really cool dashboard showing all the trades and the cumulative P&L and what the P&L trajectory would be over time. Now, this doesn't exactly compare to actual trades and it doesn't consider actual price action. But from a mathematical perspective and on a random basis, this variable pricing strategy provides a really good result. And hey, even numbers aside, I've had some really good success trading it. Now, do I personally follow this variable pricing strategy 100% of the time without fail? No. And does my strategy always perform this well? Definitely not. But I found when I've been able to do this for 2-3 weeks at a time, payouts do happen. As traders, we typically have around 20 trading days in a month, and the more of those days we can keep our position sizing proportionate to our drawdown, the better our results are going to be. In my experience, it's really just 1 to 3 days per month that completely derail the average trader. And more often than not, these are the days that decide whether you get a payout or you don't. If traders simply kept their sizing in check through a systematic process, they'd see more consistent payouts. It just takes a little bit of time and discipline to get there. Now, one of my favorite ways to manage my position sizing is by setting up hard risk settings on trading software. For example, if you trade on Topstep, you can enable the risk settings and add certain restraints to your trading day by limiting both the number of trades you take and what symbols you're able to trade on. And then you can also adjust how much size you can put on each one. I usually set up a limit for only 5 MNQ as max size for both the MNQ and MES, and then I lock out the NQ and the ES entirely. And if you're like me and you use a lot of other firms that require you to use Tradeify, I really like the risk settings that my trade copier provides. I've been using a trade copier called TradeSyncer for the last few months now. I'll put a link to it below. This trade copier allows you some similar risk controls where you can set up a daily loss limit, a daily profit target, and you can do a lot of other cool things. Like they have a great dashboard. You can journal all of your trades. Overall, really, really impressed with it, both as a trade copier, as a risk manager, and then the opportunity to, again, go journal and review your trades. Some other cool things, it allows you to connect up to 20 accounts per connection. And so you can have 3, 4, 5, 6 connections on there with 20 accounts. In theory, you could copy trade up to over 100 accounts or more. Now, once you have all these risk parameters in place and you've programmed them into your trading software, it's important to stick to them. It does a trader nothing good to set this up and then not honor them. Aside from the lockout features I've just shown you, there's still ways around them. Even though you set up in your trading software certain parameters and certain lockouts, there's still ways around them. For example, the Topstep risk parameters reset overnight. And so I've actually set a reminder on my phone to go in and manually lock these risk settings every day. This turns it into a habit, and it's a conscious decision that you have to make daily, which brings me to my next point about mindset. I recommend keeping a few reminders in your trading environment to help reinforce risk management. A good example of this would be this image here, just showing over time, over the course of 10, 15, 20 days, you could in theory get some really decent payouts. Yeah, it's a little bit unrealistic and misleading. However, I do still think that the principle applies here that proper risk management will help you compound your gains over time. If this video helped you understand how to actually get paid from prop firms, a like goes a long way, and please subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Check out my next video, which I'll link right here. It shows me using this exact strategy to pass an evaluation in 2 days. Let me know in the comments if this video helped you at all, if this video helped you improve as a trader, and what else I could have added or what I missed. As always, I'll catch you in the next video.